Hello everyone, hope you are all fine. Welcome to the new class. Up till the previous class, we discussed about food chain, food web, and how they affect uh, in a different scenarios or different situations. In today's class, we will discuss about our various activities, human beings, various activities that affects the environment. Okay, so we are an integral part of an environment that we know very well. We had found several changes in the environment that has been occurred by made by us. Changes in the environment affect us definitely, and our activities change the environment around us. Okay, that you had studied earlier about how that thing occurs, how that thing happens. We will discuss in this particular topic that how ozone layer depletion and waste disposal has affected our environment very rigorously or very badly. Okay, now, so what is an ozone? If anyone is asking what is an ozone layer is nothing but, or ozone molecule is nothing but an oxygen atoms combination. It is a molecule that is formed from the oxygen atoms combination. This is actually ozone, O3. Three atoms of oxygen are needed to form an oxygen. And we can say, while the oxygen, which we normally refer as the oxygen, is essential for the aerobic forms of life, it is very much useful for our respiration process, and even in plants you can see for photosynthesis they use this oxygen. The ozone that we are discussing is actually a poisonous gas. Okay, but at higher levels in atmosphere, what happens, ozone is very much useful in atmosphere, but it will be very much dangerous if it is spread in our surroundings. What ozone does to our atmosphere is that it shields the surface of the earth from ultraviolet radiations which are coming from the sun. It is one of the most dangerous radiation that has ever occurred, and this radiation can even lead to the death of an organism also. There are several other reasons also that this radiation can cause. This radiation is highly damaging to organisms. Like for example, it is known to the cause of skin cancer in human beings. Even the cancerous disease skin cancer is developed in our body, in our body, because of the UV radiation or ultraviolet radiation that is coming from the sun. Okay, so speaking further, as we said, this radiation causes diseases, especially skin cancer, to human beings. Now, ozone at higher levels of atmosphere is actually a product of ultraviolet radiation, which is acted upon by the oxygen molecule, which means we have this oxygen molecule which is present in our atmosphere. Now, what this high energy ultraviolet radiation does, you can see with this equation. This is the oxygen in our environment. If ultraviolet radiation strike upon the oxygen in our atmosphere, it is coming through the oxygen into our atmosphere. It will split, or it will tear apart, or it will cancelize this molecularity or this molecule structure, and there you will get free oxygen atoms. These are free oxygen atoms. You know one thing, I think you had studied in chemistry, an atom cannot stay as an atom. Actually, it will be always combined together with any other atoms. Always oxygen will always be staying as O2, hydrogen will always be staying as CH2, chlorine will always be staying as Cl2, because these are gases, and gases never can be written as single letter, because it means if it is written as single letter means it is not stable, it can cause various problems. So gases are never written. Gases, whichever elements are gases, like they cannot be written in a single manner. So we have this single atom structure of oxygen. Now what happens to these oxygen which are singularly present? They will combine together the remaining oxygen which is present in the atmosphere, and it will form the O3 layer or the ozone. That's what happens in our environment. As I told you, it shields our surface of earth from ultraviolet radiation, but ozone layer can also be depleted. It is the best word that can be used. Ozone layer can be depleted, means there can be holes. It can be tear apart by certain conditions. Ozone is useful in the environment. In our atmosphere, we know that there are many layers: troposphere, stratosphere, ionosphere, mesosphere. Like that, there are 4 or 5 layers in our atmosphere. Right? You have studied that different type of layer of atmosphere in a smaller classes. Anyways, the ozone layer, which is present outside the Earth, which we cannot see actually, that is completely stable there because of the oxygen that is regularly supplied. Right? If oxygen is not present, it means the ozone quantity of ozone that will be produced will be less. Oxygen high, ozone will also be high. If oxygen is less, ozone will also be less. What could be the reasons that oxygen could become less? What can be the reasons that oxygen might become less? Cutting of trees, cutting of trees, and you can say automobile industries increment. Automobile means cars, tractors, four wheelers, two wheelers, multi-wheeled vehicles, heavy vehicles. All these come onto the road and throw out a tremendous amount of carbon dioxide to the environment, which could lead to less amount of oxygen in the environment. So there are several factors. Also, one of the biggest factor, the use of CFC. It is a chemical that is made by humans, which is actually chlorofluorocarbon. Full form of CFC is chlorofluorocarbon, CFC. So it is actually used in refrigerators also, so that it can be stayed cool. Also in ACs, when you open the fridge, you might have seen a white shaded smoke type gas. That is actually the CFC. Also CFC is used in AC, air conditioner also. Okay. The amount of ozone in the atmosphere has decreased from the 1980. From the very 1980, the amount of ozone has decreased. If ozone is decreasing, it means ultraviolet radiation will increase. If ultraviolet radiation will increase, then it will cause very main type of diseases. Also, it can cause to the death of the organism. Plus, one more thing, there are 7 continents in our world. We know that very well. The seventh continent, or the snowy continent, which is known as the Antarctica, it is completely covered with ice. Also, the Arctic region, which is in the North Pole, and the South Antarctica, which is in the South Pole. So, if ultraviolet radiation is increasing very much, what could happen? In the Arctic, the ice which is present, it will melt down slowly. In the Antarctica, the ice which is present, it will melt down slowly. You know, if ice melt down, it will become a liquid, or you can say water. Slowly, gradually, very very slowly, if the amount of water increases, it will definitely go into the sea. If the amount of water in the sea increases, it can cause very dangerous effects to the environment. Tsunamis, earth which tsunamis can occur, uh, or different type of various different problems might occur. Flooding of seawater into the land might occur. Change in monsoon can occur. Because of the change in monsoon, flood can come. Because of the excess of flood if occurred, drought can come, landslide can occur. All this process can happen because of the increase in ultraviolet radiation. So the decrease which had happened in 1980s of the ozone layer was because of the use of heavy use of chlorofluorocarbons in refrigerators, and actually also used in fire extinguishers also. So what did the United Nations Environment Program did? It is a organization which comes under UN, United Nations. What they decided in 1987, they succeeded in forging an agreement to freeze the CFC production at 1986 levels. Means they tried to reduce the production of CFC by various type of organizations or factories by the year 1986 levels. It is actually a level of uh, CFC that has been used by UNEP, United Nations Environment Program. So as I told you, if ozone layer depletes, ultraviolet radiation increases, the ice in the Arctic and Antarctic circle melts, they melt and form water might increase in sea can cause tremendous consequences into the land by various ways. It is the sea, it is because of the water in sea that we get the monsoon on the land. We are getting monsoon, right? We have this rainy season regularly in our country. That rainy season can be disturbed if the amount of water in the sea or the air coming from the sea changes. Okay, now next thing that we need to understand is about our garbage disposal. How can we manage the garbage? It's an activity. Visit any town or city, make sure, and we are sure that to find a heap of garbage all over the place. If you visit any tourist interest place, you can find littered food or waste products here and there with food wrappers. And all these things happen in our daily life, or all these things are actually causing various problems in our daily life, right? So improvement in the lifestyle will is very much required, so that the material generation can be resulted very effectively. So the changes in the attitude of the person or an individual is very much a key role, with more and more thing we use becoming disposable. So the changes that occur in packaging had resulted a tremendous amount of waste, and such waste have become non-biodegradable. Means they cannot be disposed very properly. You can see the disposable that can be used in trains. Once there was a time where disposable cups were introduced, but they actually were used in a daily basis, that it was not at all hygienic. Sometimes even the vendors, the one who sells tea, or the person who sells tea, they might use the same cup again and again, so it was not hygienic. So in order to avoid that, they used this clay made cups, disposable cups, which is known as kulhad. And when it was used, also if these disposable cups were used, it is affecting the hygiene also. Plus also, if it is thrown here and there, then the fertile soil will be affected very badly. So paper cups etc were avoided, and maximum clay made cups were used, and it can be a recyclable thing. There is no much problem in that, because it is made of clay. Just need to wash it properly if the vendor is doing it properly. If not, if it is been thrown, there will be no problem in throwing such a type of waste into the soil, because it will not affect the fertility of the soil. Okay, so that's all about this chapter. I hope you understood the concepts. Notes you have to write by yourself. as a homework. Plus I am giving one more homework also. Write the question answers of this chapter on your own. You have to write the question answers of this chapter on your own. This is the another homework that you have to do. Simple question answers only it will be. Previous chapters I haven't told you. I will be discussing that. Many of the questions might not be friendly to you, or you might not understand the concepts. That's why I haven't given that chapters question answers. This chapter the question answers are very easy. You can find it very easily through the textbooks. You can write it by yourself. Okay. Previous chapters, let the class face to face class begin, the offline class. At that time we will write as a homework at that time. Okay. Now as you are getting notes, I didn't tell you to write the question answers also, because I thought it could be a greater burden. We will write the homeworks, we will write the question answers as homeworks later of the previous chapters, but for this chapter you have to write the notes on your own. Also you have to complete the question answers. Okay, so that's all for today. Stay safe and have a nice day.